Okay, welcome guys. If you're watching on YouTube and you're watching on Twitch, I am going to show you a demonstration of how I make my overlays that you've recently been seeing on the channel. They're made from free wide wallpapers and different uh, audio tracks which we've created with AI, and also different fonts and text using Capcut. So the one I've got open at the moment is the one I've just completed, is the ending, but we're going to basically copy that and edit this around. So we're going to go back to home page, and it will bring you the open menu screen of Capcut, which I've created at the Pro license, which gives you all the AI different tools and everything. So basically, we're going to wait now while the cloud updates, because that's what the arrow means there on the screen when I'm pointing my mouse. So once it's updated, we will ask it to duplicate that file, and then we'll open that file up. There we go. Empty cloud. So we go to the three dots at the bottom of the file, go down to duplicate, and it will now put copy of that one if you look. So we're going to go down to rename, and we're going to click on the name tag. And we're going to take that off, and we're going to put starting, because this is going to be the starting part of the overlay that you will see at the start of the stream. Then the transition would kick in, and then you would see all the intros or whatever else I've got planned to be played before then I switch to the live screen, which then you'd see the game, of course, for the rest of the stream, and then you will switch to the last one we've just shown you, the ending screen. So click enter, and then we double click on the project, and it will then open up where we left off before. So basically we're going to take out the thank you bit, which is my thank you tab, which you normally see this. At the end. So we're going to take that off. So we double click on it, it brings up the menu, we click delete, or you can press backspace. As Capcut does show you the keys you need to press on the keyboard if you wish to do that. You can use split scenes, transcripts, isolate your voice, remove vocals from different videos. You can extract audio from different clips if you wish. Create a compound, save a preset if you want to keep using this template, say I've got in front of me. Export selected clips, deactivate a clip if you want to basically keep it in the template but not in the video. Replace a clip if you want to change the clip. Open file location would basically take you to where the files are saved, or any template files that you wish to use in a project would be. The range is basically the rangefinder here, and the render is basically the rendering cache of the whole thing. So, like I say, we're going to go down to delete. That part of the video is now out. So basically we want to now move these two back over, and basically we're going to take off these three as well, because these are the end bits, we don't need these. as you will see, because people have voted on YouTube and voted for the end screen, it will do this. It will do that. So we're going to take these three off, the same process. First delete backspace, take that away. And then we're going to add in our intro file, which we will go down to drive H. And we will scroll down to the relevant file. Right, wrong file. Drive C. Very sorry. Down to users. Into there. Down to there. Into there. Down to Capcut file. Or whatever file you've saved your videos into, which I've saved it into the video template. File 207. Click. And then it imports it into the template there. Then we just click. Or you can press the plus, it will add it anyway. But if it does, it will put it anywhere you don't want it to put it. If you drag it, it will put it exactly where you want it to go. So we click on there. So that's now put our creative intro title at the end of the overlay. So basically, it will do this. I don't know why that's not showing on Twitch for some reason. Let me play that again. That is strange. It's not opening certain tabs on OBS capture. Let me do something with OBS a minute. That is odd. Let me close Capcut down a second. See if this fixes it. Ah, there we go. That's now showing the file. So, as I was saying, take it down to there. That now displays our template file for our intro. So, that's now put the front in. Now the track we have in is a track I've created with AI using an app on Google Play called Sumo. And basically we're going to change that one to another one that I've created. So I've got one for the intro, one for the outro. So we're going to downloads. We're going to select Shadow of Avroth first file. Brings that in. Drag that down. goes under the template file. Click delete of the old file, insert the new one, and that should give us our intro file. Now I've done that, because that was 3 minutes, it's now left me 18 bits of space here, which we're not going to need. So this intro is going to have to come in a bit further. So all we do is click on the file, yeah, drag our cursor mouse till it brings like the door symbol, and drag simply towards the track, like that, and then we go drag and highlight over the top of the 5 here, click delete, and it will remove any unnecessary bits we don't want, which is what it's done. Highlight our Avalanche logo and the World of Warcraft logo, which added into the wallpaper, which is a wallpaper you can download for free from Desktop Hut. If you're on YouTube, I will link the website in the description. I don't know how to do that on Twitch, so if you want to go over and follow me on YouTube to get the link, then by all means please do. If not, then just search in Google for Desktop Hut and type in the search box World of Warcraft live wallpapers, and it will give you the one that's in front of me, which is basically this one. So basically from then onwards, if you put in an image into relevant file, you search for it and then you resize 8 points in size using the scale, width or height. Sometimes it's predetermined if it's highlighted in green like that. Just slide the scale up and it will resize. If you want it to a specific size, if you take it off, you can actually adjust it to what size you want. And you use a uniform scale to put it in position, where you want it at the top, you want it at the bottom of the screen, left, right, and so on. Now, to use the text, you go to the text option, go down to text effects, go down to template, go down to AI generated, and then all you simply do is type in what you want the text to say. So we're going to say starting soon. World of Warcraft. And then click generate. and it will generate it was what I was saying. It'll basically generate a preview like that, which we're not going to use on this project because we've already got some pre-templated stuff. So because I've already got pre-templates in, if you search for a specific font, it will find a nearest, because you can't add your own fonts in. So I would want to put Warcraft in because I've got the font for the World of Warcraft called Warcraft. Now, it won't let you put that in, but if you search for Warcraft, it will find the closest one to it, which is Wargod, which is what I've used. Right? We put it in bold fashion. You can select the pre-template preset styles in the left-hand corner. But we haven't. We have gone to effects, and when you go to effects, it brings up all these different downloadable text hints, which a lot of them with the Diamond None are only available for Pro users, which I'm a Capcut Pro user. I do have an affiliate link if people want to get a discount on Capcut if you wish to use Capcut as well. So we've actually got ours bookmarked. So if we go to Star, we'll find all the ones that we've used in the video here. So for Avalanche, which is this one, which I will slide over so you can actually see it because it's not actually currently showing. There we go, and I'll zoom the video in as well. So for Avalanche here, just below the logo, we have used this one. The first one in the line, the blue frosted text. We just turn that Warcraft into different fonting, as you see here. For ending, if I click it all, it'll let me do it, which it doesn't want to do for the moment for some reason. There's Capcut frozen on me, I think. Yep, looks like Capcut is frozen. Give me a second, I'll go back into it. There we go. So if I click on Avalanche again, and go into effects, yeah, you can see that the relevant folder is highlighted in the green box. So if I go to ending now, we've got the red and orange glow neon text on that. And if I go to the clock, we've got the pink one, which has basically turned the clock into neon highlighted text, and it's turned ending now into a neon text as well. So if I click the video play, that's what the main video will actually look like. As you see, some of the text is disappearing and then reappearing. Well, that's simply animation. So if we go to animation, and we select ending, we've got the glowing template there. So basically on the intro it does that glowy bit, as you see, entering the start of the text, and then for the outro we've got it laser. So basically it like glows in and then like laser cuts out. So that's how it basically, when you get to the file, it vanishes and then reappears. Now of course, as you've noticed, the clock's slightly wrong because we've cut certain sections out the clock, because we've edited parts of the video, so half the clock's disappeared. So unfortunately the timer is all wrong. Now many of you are probably wondering how I've grown the text, because you can make clocks with Premiere Pro, buy them already pre-made by some Etsy sellers. Now I found a different method of doing it. I used Snaz, that I used to use as a string clock. I recorded a section and I chopped a minute out of that video, which I will show you now. If I go to import, I go back to C drive, I go down to users, I go down to my app data, and I go down to roaming, down to my Capcut folder, down to videos, and I look for video 525, which is there. It'll import the file. And as you can see, I've got pre-templated prompt on screen. Now I could use that actually in the video. I could use the remove background function. It will take the black out of that, so I could actually use that clock if I so wanted to, which we're not. We're going to add this to the video just to show you as a template. So basically, grab your slider, it loads, drag that over, drag this video right in, so it brings up our frames and it brings up our timer. So basically, we're going to drag this now until we get so it does that. Slides between 43 and 42. Well, we want it to be 43. So leave it there. We go to split or Control B. Click split. And then all this 7 minute of the clock we take away. Now if you look, that is perfectly aligned at the top. All I've done is take a copy of the text box that we've got here, pasted it up there, and then gone into here and changed the time clock. So currently that is saying 3 minutes and 14. So if I highlight over there, and I take that out, and I drag, for some reason why that's done that, but hell. Okay. I don't know why has the player done that? Ah. Yeah, there we go. Now back to normal. Now let's take that out. If I go to the here, and I click in the box, and I basically type 1, 5, and change that to a 2. That's now changed the clock on the screen to 2 minutes and 15. So if you duplicate that text box and change the text box and paste it all the way down your timeline, it will basically when Capcut behaves itself, it should. There. Zoom that back in. So if I change that to 14 and then I'll just play seconds down, and you can see what I mean. Come on, mouse. Yeah, that puts it back. So, if I just play that now, zoomed out mode, in case you don't see what I mean. It counts down, 2 minute 15, 2 minute 14, and of course the previous text that's all wrong, it all counts down. It works as a full clock. So if you don't want to spend time going through Capcut, going through Adobe Premiere Pro and creating painstakingly a clock to your specific standard, or want to go to Etsy and buy one and, you know, want to go through endless time of putting that into certain programs to get that to fit into your specific project, this is a much easier way of creating a clock. All you have to do is just copy a text box, change the text to whatever style of fonting, look, and whatever. Size it to whatever size you want on your wallpaper or whatever image, background, or whatever you're creating in. Because you can use images, you can use live video, live wallpapers, anything in the background, and just overlay this over the top. It's much easier way to do it, and it does look certainly pretty professional when you've completed it. So basically, we go out to ending now. When it stops messing about. We go down to ending now, and we change it to starting soon. This first box now will change. There you go. Starting soon. They'll vanish and go into the previous text of the previous project. It will go into ending now. But if you change the rest of those projects tabs to starting now, which is starting soon, the whole of this now will all say starting soon. It'll vanish and reappear. Basically, we'll play like that. That's a complete. Basically, what a completed project will look like. But of course, the clock is wrong still, so we can't leave the project like that. So, because we already have some pre-templated numbers, we're going to basically cut out from 215 up there. So we're going to take 216 right the way up here, and we're going to move it all the way to the end. And then we're going to move all this all the way to the beginning. And basically, now because I've done that, it will be the exact correct timer. you notice there's a little discrepancy there. When you went up to point, the clock went up and then back down again. So if we wind it back, if you look, 23 I think went to the top. No. Whatever, anyway. 24. 24 goes to the top of the screen, which we don't want. We want it down where the others are. So, if we go down to position, it says 26x, this is in plus, or minus y6666 plus 124. Now if we go to 123, well, that's interesting. Must be the scale then. Well, odd. Nevertheless, we'll delete that one out. So if you go over to 123, copy, click on that one, delete, click on paste, it will re-add one, click it back in, click 124, and if you look now, if I scroll back to 125, 124, 123, it's all the exact same time. So if we scroll down, they all should be now the exact right time up to 56. So if we take up to 114, we click copy. If you scroll the slider right to the end of the track, otherwise if you click paste it will appear elsewhere in the project, which you don't want. If I click paste or Control V, we now get some more boxes. So if I change that to 0, $55, and I copy that, all I have to do then is go to each box individually. It's easy. It is easier, but I'm not saying it's not going to be time consuming either. It's a method I found a lot easier than having to painstakingly use Blender or different places to render a clock in order to use in a project. Or use CPU usage, having to use use SMAS as well. Should pull that out of the file, which I didn't want to do. Change that to 49. Don't press backspace or you end up deleting it. If you haven't got it highlighted, which is I didn't. That takes us down to 38 seconds. If I copy and paste the rest of the boxes there, we go down the rest of the project. And all you have to do is click each box again and paste in the pre-copied template I already have. 36. 35. So I take the slider down now, it should go around down to 9. So then ones we don't want, so we delete those, and we can delete all this, as we won't need these either. So you can delete those as project, which then would give us, starting now, then we also want it to say something else. So we want starting soon to move further down. Want it to shrink further down. So you need to take your slider back down. Until you reach the end of the clock, which is there. Take starting soon, right back to those green slider. We want to copy this box into there, and we want to drag that to the end project like that, and then we want it to say starting now. So if we take our slider back, it will then look like this as the final project. So click full screen, click play. And there you have it. One completed start screen overlay. That's how simple it is. So I hope this tutorial has been enlightening for you. I hope this helps you if you wish to create your own overlays and create, tracks and stuff for your streams, whether it be Twitch, Kick, or YouTube, or Trovo, which I don't use, but you can use that one as well. So, I have been Tony. You have been watching a tutorial on Avalanche Multimedia. I shall see you all in the next stream, which you pretty much got the hint of what it should be. So, bye for now, guys.